Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel for another video and a live stream, a double upload today. We did do a live stream, for James Rowberry's press conference reaction, reacting to James Rowberry's press conference ahead of this game. And now we are with the match preview, bringing you the live match preview for Newport County's game against Walsall in game week 2 of the Sky Bet League 2 season. Looking forward to this, the return of Michael Flynn in, as you can see by the title, former manager returns. Michael Flynn brings his Walsall side to Rodney Parade, to South Wales, to try and get one over on his old employers. I'm looking forward to this. A new style for the match preview is what I'm going to do for every match preview going forward. I will read the sort of preview that Newport County put out on their website, just run through that, and then I'll go through my own sort of preview notes that I've wrote down. I have wrote my notes down here, which I will be discussing. First of all, let's get into a few comments. Luke says, "Come on the port," and he says, "I'm looking forward to this one, mate. I'm looking forward to it as well." Without further ado, let's get into the article. So it starts by saying, Newport County will welcome some familiar faces back to Rodney Parade for our first home game of the season against Walsall. Former manager Michael Flynn will be in the opposite dugout for the first time since taking charge of Walsall, and he will be joined by Walsall assistant Wayne Hatswell, also formerly of this parish. It's been a busy summer of incomings for the Saddlers, with Timmy Abraham, who was on loan at County last season, being picked up on a free transfer from Fulham. Josh Labadie will miss out, though, as he sustained an ACL towards the end of last season. The former club links are not one-sided, though. However, one of County's ex-Saddlers, James Clark, will remain out with the hip problem that ruled him out of the opening day draw at Sutton. Walsall will be buoyant mood going into the weekend as they got their season off to a perfect start with a 4-0 win over Hartlepool United. County fans will remember their last home meeting with Walsall fondly, a 2-1 win with Clark nodding 3 minutes from time for his first goal for the Exiles to get the 3 points last September. So, like I said, there's some massive points going into this game. Obviously, the return of Mike Flynn is one of them. And look, I'm not gonna cover it up because I've seen a few people mention the Michael Flynn thing now. I saw yesterday a few Newport fans keep going on about Michael Flynn. James Rowberry's press conference just kept going on about Michael Flynn. Yes, I understand that, Michael Flynn's a Newport legend. He is. I hate that word normally. That word legend gets put around way too much, but Michael Flynn is a Newport legend. I get that. I just don't get the fact that it has to be all about him, if that makes sense. I think there should be some, what's the word? There should be some focus basically on Newport versus Walsall, not Michael Flynn versus Newport, because that's what this game is going to end up, being turned into, Michael Flynn versus Newport, which I don't want it to be. And like I said, the last game that we played at Rodney Parade, we did beat them 2-1 as well. We did draw 3-3 last season, which was an unbelievable game at Walsall. That was an entertaining game, that 3-3 draw. Connor Wilkinson scoring twice in that one as well, former Newport County loanee. But we'll take a few more comments and then we'll go into my actual notes, apart from the notes from County. Where's it gone? Evening, mate, back from my holiday in Stranraer, Scotland. I saw you're going to do a career mode on that, Chris. Very, very interesting for that, mate. Hopefully you had a great holiday. Big up to Lewis. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Obviously was in the stream last night. And I will plug my Fantasy Premier League code at the end of the stream if you haven't joined that already. If you haven't joined that already. Chris Welch says this will be the first test for Walsall to see if they're going to be up there. It's going to be a test for us as well, to be honest. I think it's going to be a fantastic game, personally. But and if you haven't already hit the like button, guys, please absolutely smash that like button and smash the subscribe button as well. I am on the road to 3,000 subscribers. we must have got, when I hit it before, it must have been like trolled accounts because loads of people subscribed. So as soon as we get it back up there to 3K, that'll be happy for me. We're currently 91 away from 3K, so please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I've just seen your prediction, Luke. Keep the score predictions until the end of the preview. We'll keep them towards the end of the preview. He also says, Luke, yeah, I saw both press conferences, and Flinney said for 90 minutes we are enemies, but afterwards he wishes us the best for the season. 100%. And to be honest, I know this may seem stupid or may seem weird that I'm going to say this, but from minute 1 to 90, I don't give a toss about Michael Flynn. I couldn't care about Michael Flynn and his Walsall side from minute 1 to 90. Before the game, 100% give him the standing ovation he deserves. At full time, if we beat him, if they beat us, well, I won't be doing it, but if we beat him, give him a clap as he walks off. But during the game, like I said, no friends on the football pitch during the game, and that's the way that's got to be, unfortunately. Right, let's move on to some of the notes that I've made then. We'll start off with Walsall. Obviously, they are the visitors to Rodney Parade tomorrow. I believe they've asked for another 200 tickets. I'm not too sure how many fans they bring into Rodney Parade, but I know that they asked for an extra allocation. So, you know, whatever they bring in plus the extra 200 should be a fantastic atmosphere at Rodney Parade tomorrow. I'm hoping for the first home game. In terms of their last match then, Walsall did beat Hartlepool United 4-0 at home in the opening game of the season. A goal from Brandon Comley, signed from Dagenham and Redbridge, and then a hat-trick from Danny Johnson, signed from Mansfield in the summer. It's about 800 to 850, says Luke. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. But like I said, so, you know, 4-0 win on the opening game. Danny Johnson scoring a hat-trick. Brandon Comley scoring. They looked like they should have scored a lot more than 4, to be fair. You know, they had loads of shots on target. They were peppering the Hartlepool goal. And I really, you know, looked at it and thinking, you know, they could be a team up there this season. I know Hartlepool United are a team that are going to struggle. I know that, but still to beat a team like Hartlepool 4-0 and absolutely dominate them, it's still a professional performance, and it's still a good win for Walsall. In terms of their 3 highest rated players from that game, highest rated player from that game was Danny Johnson with a 9.4 rating. These are all based off SofaScore ratings, so don't pelt me in the chat. Second highest rated was Manny Monte, the centre-back, with a 7.8, and Isaac Hutchinson with a 7.4. So if all 3 of those players are fit and ready for tomorrow's fixture, we're going to have to look out for them. In terms of the new signings that they've brought through the door, like I said, they have brought a lot of new signings through the door. Walsall, they've brought in James Taylor from Stoke, Brandon Comley from Dagenham and Redbridge, Isaac Hutchinson from Derby, Owen Evans from Cheltenham, Joe Riley from Carlisle, Peter Clark from Tranmere, McEntee from Newcastle, Flynn Clark from Norwich, Danny Johnson from Mansfield, Timmy Abraham from Fulham. Big players that they've got let go, got rid of. Devante Rodney has gone to Rochdale. Jack Rose and Mills both been left on a free, and Lee Tomlin, has gone to Doncaster. So they have brought in obviously a few very good players, but they've lost a couple of good players as well. Let's read a few more comments. Could be a good crowd, maybe 6,000, just over. It's going to be like Bristol all over again. If we can get the performance and the result like that Bristol Rovers game, 100%. Walsall are good at long ball direct into their strikers. We need to stop that. I'll talk about where I think, you know, Walsall's threat comes in a minute. Big up to Super B. Big up, Mike. More power to you, fella. Thank you for tuning in, Super B. It really does mean a lot. We are 2 likes away from 10 likes. Can we absolutely smash that like button? Will be unbelievably appreciated, so please do that. In terms of our last game then, we drew 1-1 away at Sutton in our League 2 opener. I was at the game myself. Goal scorers was Omar Bogle from Newport and Omar Bugle for Sutton United. It was a difficult game. I thought at times we were excellent, at times we were sloppy. I think it took us a while to get into the game. And when we got into it, I thought we looked really good. They didn't even look that good, to be fair, Sutton. I thought they were sloppy at times. I thought they were slow and just couldn't get going at times. But it was probably a fair result in the end from that one. In terms of our new signings, like I said, if there's any Walsall fans watching this, the main players that I think you've got to look out for, Declan Drysdale was absolutely superb on Saturday. Omar Bogle looked very good as well. So obviously they're a couple of the main key players. Moving on to the predicted 11. Right, get your score predictions in at the end, guys. We're going to wait for score predictions at the end. So if you have put your score predictions in the chat already, then just pop them in at the end when I go through the score predictions. Like I said, I can see them now, like Luke's and Super B's, but do get them in at the end as well, because obviously the chat will go up, so I won't be able to see them. In terms of what was I talking about? In terms of a predicted 11, I've gone with the same formation. So I've gone with the 3-5-2. I've gone Nick Townsend in goals. I thought Nick Townsend was very good on Saturday. Made a very, very good save to deny who was it? What's his name? Enzo Baldwin. That's it. Enzo Baldwin made a very good very good save to deny Enzo Baldwin. The goal that we conceded was sloppy. Yeah, it was just a mix of bad defending and bad, picking up the runners. Don't think Nick Townsend could do anything about it, to be honest. Moving into the back line, there's only one change that I would make to the 5 at the back, obviously the 3 and the wing backs. I would go with Dolan, Dimitro and Drysdale again. Peter Clark is still, not Peter Clark, James Clark, sorry, is still not fit. He's still injured at the moment. Wing backs, I would actually keep Cameron Norman in the team. I thought Norman was excellent against Sutton, but I would take out Will Evans and put Adam Lewis in. I thought Will Evans, down that side, I thought we were very sort of physically weak. I didn't think we were as sort of physical as we need to be down that left-hand side. So I put Adam Lewis in for Will Evans. The 3 in midfield, I would stick with Bennett, Wildig and Sam Bowen. Thought the midfield was very good on Saturday. And I was potentially looking at changing the strike force and going with someone else instead of Zanzala. But I've looked at it and I thought that, to be fair, Zanzala can actually, be good in this game because they've got Manny Monte at the back, who's a fantastic defender, so physical, and maybe Zanzala into it is going to sort of pressurise Manny Monte and put obviously a man on Manny Monte from set pieces and etc. etc. Seb, big up Seb, Super Sad the Seb, great YouTuber. If you want to come on, mate, and I can drop the link in the chat if you're free to pop on for a few minutes just to give your thoughts on Walsall's chances ahead of this game. Like I said, I'm going to try and get as many fans on for the previews as I can. So if you do want to just jump in for 2-3 minutes, then I'll drop the link in the chat. That'll be more than appreciated if you could do that, or if you're free to do that. Luke Johnson says Evans is a right winger. I think he's preferably a right winger, yeah, but he definitely, he's definitely capable to play as a wing back. We see a lot of wingers, in world football. Think of like Yannick Carrasco, players like that who are Dries Mertens, players that are out and out wingers but can easily adapt to playing as a wing back. Right, I'll drop the link in the chat then, and we'll get Seb on, who is a Walsall Town, a Walsall content creator and Walsall fan. I'll only get Seb in chat, so that's just for Seb to come on and give his thoughts ahead of the game. And if you stay in the background, Seb, after the game, I'll see if you can drop me a little clip ahead of the game for my vlog tomorrow, potentially. see if we can do that as well. Are Walsall a real force anymore? I remember when Paul Merson played for them. Yeah, I do think there's still, I still think they're a very good team, and they're going to be a difficult team this season. Luke Johnson says Upper County. Right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for then. Let me know in the chat your score predictions ahead of the game, and then we'll get Seb on. So let me know your score predictions ahead of the game, and then we'll get Seb on, and then we will wrap it up. My score prediction then. I've gone through Walsall sort of team news. I've gone through their last game. I've gone through players to look out for Walsall. I've gone through our last game, our players to look out for. And I've weighed it up. Yes, they're a very good team with a very good manager in Michael Flynn. But I just think that with it being our first home game of the season, the added incentive of it being Michael Flynn's, you're right. I can see you in the background, Seb. I'll drop you in when I've finished this score prediction bit to get your thoughts on. So that'll be fine. I'm gonna go. I know I'm probably gonna get ripped for this in the comments and stuff like that, but I'm gonna go Newport 2, Walsall 1. I think we're gonna get the win. I think with Bogle getting off the mat with his goal last week. I think Zanzala, yes, he didn't look too good in that game against Sutton, but he was decent. The midfield is good. Aaron Wildigger's obviously done it at this level with Morecambe. I'm looking forward to it. I'll get a few predictions in, and then we'll get Seb in to wrap the stream up. Keen Lewis Potter Super B has gone 1-1. Luke Johnson has gone 2-1 Newport. Bogle and Cameron Norman to score for us. In terms of scorers, I'll go. I'll go Brandon Comley again for Walsall. He looked good in that game against Hartlepool. And for us, I'm going to go Omar Bogle and go on Mickey Dimitro from a corner. Right, we're going to get our guest in now. So we'll get our guest in, and then we will wrap up the stream. First of all, before we get into your thoughts on anything like that, shout out your channel, mate, and where people can find you.
Super Sound Seb on YouTube, do Walsall vlogs, trying to get to as many away games and obviously every home game this season. So yeah, check me out if you can. Yeah, I will drop your link in the description of the video now that you've dropped in. But first of all, mate, how are you doing, and are you looking forward to tomorrow? Yeah, I think it should be a good game. Obviously, Flynn going back to his old club, Rodney Parade. So yeah, it should be a good atmosphere. We're bringing like 800. It's not bad. I think you'll bring quite a few. I saw Newport trying to sell out the home end. So it should be a good atmosphere. Obviously, our first away game of the season, coming off a 4-0 win last weekend. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it, yeah. Yeah, in terms of key players to look out for, obviously I mentioned Danny Johnson with his hat-trick on Saturday, so I don't really want to say him because it's pretty obvious, but is any other key players that Newport should look out for tomorrow's fixture? Signed a lot of players, 16 players, so the squad's just gelling together. Like you said, Danny Johnson, quality strike at this level. I'm liking Isaac Hutchinson, I think he's number 23, look out for him. He's a quality player. And then you've got other players like Brandon Comley in the midfield. Obviously, Kinsella's been brilliant for the last 3 seasons or so. So, yeah, I think we've got a good squad. Obviously, Manny Monf at the back, I saw you mention. He's decent. Owen Evans, I could mention the whole team at the moment. I think we've got a really good squad this year, good quality and depth. But if I would pick out a standout player, I'd go with Isaac Hutchinson. Yeah, so Newport fans look out for Isaac Hutchinson. In terms of Newport, is there any players that main players that you're worried about playing against, or not really? I'd probably say someone like Omar Bogle up front. I think he's decent at this level. And Will Dig in the midfield, like you mentioned, I think he's good. Then you obviously got ex-players like Cameron Norman, James Clark. Thought they were decent at Walsall. I think you'll be all right this year, Newport. I like the manager you've got, young manager. I think you'll be in the top half this season. Yeah, so I know obviously this wasn't planned, you coming on for the preview, so I will just fire these couple of questions at you. If you were Michael Flynn tomorrow, and to be fair, I wish you were. I wish we didn't have to come up against him, to be honest. But if you were Michael Flynn tomorrow,
any potential Walsall fans watching or Newport fans, what would your starting 11 be for Walsall tomorrow?
I'd go with the same team. We won 4-0 against Hartlepool, so that's Owen Evans in goal. Back three of Peter Clark, Manny Montfort and Donovan Daniels. Midfield five play two wing backs of Taylor Allen and Hayden White. Three in the midfield, Isaac Hutchinson, Liam Kinsella and Comley. Two up front of Andy Williams and Danny Johnson would go unchanged, really.
Yeah, well, you don't change a winning team, especially when you win 4-0. The last question then is the all-important question before I let you go is, Seb, your score prediction for tomorrow and goal scorers.
I think it'll be a tight game. I said that last week, but we won 4-0. We're looking good going forward. I think we'll score a couple of goals. I'm going to be optimistic. 2-1 to Walsall. Sorry, Newport fans, but I'm confident. You've got to be confident. We just won 4-0. Obviously, you don't want to get too carried away, but I think we're going to get a win. 2-1 to the Saddlers. Yeah,
absolutely. Like I said, please do check Seb out. I will potentially try and get you on the vlog tomorrow if we can try and do that. I'll have to speak to you off stream if you can just stick around when I end the stream. We'll sort that out. Do subscribe to Seb. There will be a matchday vlog tomorrow, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So if we win, guys, then go over to his channel and just absolutely pelt him in the comments and say up the port or something stupid like that. But no, in all seriousness, thanks for getting on, mate. And thanks to everyone for watching. Like I said, if you're watching this on playback, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, subscribe to Seb as well. We'll speak to you very, very shortly. Speak to you tomorrow for the matchday vlog. I'm confident. Seb's confident. It's going to be a good game. I'll speak to you guys shortly. Thanks for watching. Up the port.